bring back in our think tank, Bob Bianchi, Dr. Sue Kornbluth, and Stacey Honowitz. Stacey, there's a couple things here. First, in the fact that she calls 911, although she says she's calling the devil, what is that? Is that, to me, that's a significant part of this, and I'm sure the defense thinks it's a significant part of this. What are your thoughts about that particular fact in this scenario?
Well, if you erase it from other things and you just take that one fact, a prosecutor is going to run with that and say, listen, she must have known what she did was wrong because she called the police to report it. The flip side to that, of course, is the defense saying, well, you're taking it out of context because she said she called the devil. So once again, Vinny, this is a horrific case. We are dealing once again with a case where a mother kills her children. And of course, the first thing that anybody's going to look at if a mother takes the lives of her own kids is she obviously is suffering from some type of mental illness. But once again, we get right back into this whole cycle again of what she suffered from before this. Is there some kind of schizophrenic, paranoia, something that would lead the defense to say she needs to be evaluated because she was insane at the time that she took the lives? Anybody that would take the lives of their own kids must be insane.
Yeah, Vinny, listen, I would be worried as a prosecutor about that very fact that Stacey's bringing out, that just by the sheer nature of shooting 4 of your children seems insane. So as a prosecutor, though, unlike the other case, this case, there's motive. She gives a motive as to the reason why. You may not agree with the motive. You may think the motive is quote unquote crazy, but she's telling you a reason. Because of this, I did that. And to your point, it is hugely significant to me, and I'd be curious as to what the doctor thinks, that when you're looking at, again, goal-directed behavior, she knows how to pick up a phone, she knows how to hit the right numbers, and she knows how to contact the authorities. I don't care what she calls them or what she says afterwards. And to me, not only is that very telling, the fact that she didn't want to talk about it at first and then decide to talk about it shows deliberation, shows thought, and shows, most importantly, all those things together, she knew the difference between right and wrong.
Dr. Sue Kornbluth, I want to put one more thing in the mix for you here, okay? To give you a little more of the history here. And it concerns one of the victims, the 13-year-old. Oninda Romulus appeared on season 1 of Paternity Court in 2013. The episode posted to their YouTube channel. Here's a clip from that.
I heard from someone that he was at the script club having sex.
You can hear what you want to hear.
He was having sex
You can hear what you want to hear. That'll make
This ended your relationship. You took a break.
Partially, it ended our relationship, Your Honor. I was seeing him at times. We were seeing each other. He was saying, oh, I miss you. I want to get back together. I was like, you still doing you? Because I've been hurting other incidents.
All right, but were you seeing anybody else during this time?
Yes, I was.
There were 2 men on that episode. Neither one of them was the father of the child. Give me your analysis.
Yeah. Well, I have a lot of analysis here. First of all, back when Susan Smith and Andre Yates were doing all this stuff, we didn't have access to social media or clips from television, but here we do. And I think you can see, and what's going to hurt her here, is that she was competent enough to be on a television show and to speak clearly and openly. So she was also posting a lot of Instagram posts saying that she wanted her own life and things like that. And I think that's going to hurt her case much more than it is with the first case we were talking about today. It takes a lot to shoot your children, all right? It's the worst thing you could ever do. And she did it. Now, was she hearing voices? Yes. That is an argument that you can make mentally. You can also make an argument mentally that you don't want your children around anymore so you can go off and have your own life. That's another reason why parents kill their children as well. But I think in this case, she is not going to get an insanity plea or anything like this.
Do we think we look at men and women differently here in this scenario? Because we've covered cases where men have slaughtered their children, and we don't even have the discussion about this. It's like, let's send them to death row.
No, there's no doubt, Vinny. I mean, to disabuse anybody about the fairness of the criminal justice system, that women are treated completely different, both in the guilt phase and in the sentencing phase. And I know that one judge or one situation doesn't bear out everything, but I know judges that, you know, would not sentence women to prison because they either had children or they were pregnant or things of that nature. So you are right. You're bringing out a really interesting point. I don't think it's going to make a difference in this particular case. I think that they're going to still find her guilty, but men don't get that even luxury of a look.
All right, we're out of time for this segment. Coming back.